The 3 most common traits of highly successful people. Do you remember those?
Yeah, it was, it's so funny. A superiority complex. So the 3 most common traits of hyper successful people that they looked at. And it was interesting because there's the influencer world wants to be like, you have to wake up at 5 or you have to do cold plunges or whatever the fuck, right? But the thing but there was actually very few that they all had in common. So number 1 was that they had a superiority complex. They thought they were better than other people and that they deserved more. The second is that they suffered from massive insecurity and feeling that they would never be enough. And third, they had impulse control. And so you've got this combination of people who are like, I want to do this big thing. So this big toward thing. And they've got this big away pain that's like, I'm never going to be enough. I always have to do more. And then they have impulse control that keeps them focused on the goal without seeing the woman in the red dress or getting pursued by her. And that like, so it's like shoot high, have a big thing that motivates, like have a big tiger behind you and stay on the path.
So are you going to the top? And you should have these traits in your personality. But it is really interesting to see that the most common traits are these. I thought about creativity, commitment, or calculating. It's not. So if you want to be hyper successful, then here are some tips on how you can include pulse control in your life. Practice deep breathing, practice meditation or mindfulness, exercise regularly, and avoid stimulants.
Being in, like if you think about it as a mountain, there's less square footage at the top of the mountain. It just is. There's fewer people there. And the air's thinner. It's harder to get there, harder to breathe, right? And you have to adjust to it. You have to acclimate. And the people that are around you, like there are fewer of them, but you could make the argument that they have even more context than anyone else possibly could. And so maybe the relationship you have are potentially deeper. Even if they're not, humans don't need that many relationships. So like you just have a smaller pool to choose from, but like most people only have 2 or 3 good relationships in their life anyways. And so like you just have a narrower pool that you can make that selection from. And I mean, of the people that I have interacted with who are far above me on the mountain, that's what they've relayed to me. But it's only bad if you think it's a cost. If you're okay with it, because there are plenty of people who are lonely right now and don't have shit. So, and there's, and you already know this, but like there's a difference between being lonely and solitude, to me, it just means that like, I think your tolerance or your standard for friends raises. And I'll share this and hopefully it comes off the right way. I entered communities as I was coming up and was like, wow, everyone here is bigger than me. And then I was able to, through achievement, rise through that. And then I lost context with that group. And so I think there's just more free agency of friendship that happens on your climb up because you're just moving between strata more frequently than it is that if I settled at one of these levels, then I would eventually find all the people at that rung. But if you're constantly on the move up the mountain, then more of that is in transitionary period on the climb. And it's only a problem if you'd hate it. I don't.
What don't you hate? You don't hate the fact that sort of people come and go, that some of these relationships are kind of transient?
Yeah, it just doesn't bother me. Because I think it's like a should statement, which is like one of my big things. It's like, why should I? Why does it have to be? Why must it? Doesn't must anything. It just is that way. And that's fine.
Can you do this? Can you let your friends go? If they are pulling you down, it's a must. So it's good to hear it from a multi-millionaire going up the hill. You lose contact with other communities. You don't have to fear about losing your friends because true friends will only pull you upwards. And if they are not, then they are not true.
There are far more people who are rich and anonymous than there are people who flaunt their Lamborghinis that they rented for a day. Now, if you really think about the influencer world of business, there are not that many guys who actually like are really in the game. Like most of those guys sell something from their platform about building a platform. Like that's 90, not even 95. It's probably like 98, 99%.
Does that mean that if somebody wants to be successful and they feel like they've still got an ego, that they need to do some work on dissolving that?
I think they just need to do harder things. Like you need to fight harder opponents.
Sad truth. Nowadays everyone is flexing a Lamborghini, a G-Wagon, but they can't show anything else but a course. I think people are getting scammed by this. Not by the meaning of getting your money stolen, but by the meaning of believing that a course can get you out of your state. You don't need a course, you need to work.
A reminder for the gladiators in the arena who feel beat up and scarred with no hope in sight. Building a business is hard. Hard feels shitty. This is what hard feels like. And this is why most people can't do it, but you can. This is what hard feels like. Is so fucking nice to lean on. It is so nice to lean on. 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3. And of the 90%, the 10% that do, 90% don't make it past episode 20. So by making 21 podcasts, you're in the top percentile of all podcasters ever in history. That's what hard feels like. And that's not even hard. It's just consistent. Fuck me. It's less than half a year.
Yeah.
Insane.
I hear stats like that and I just think, man, it is so easy to win. Like that. I mean, like when I hear that, that's exactly what I think. I'm just like, man, for everyone who's like struggling to win, it's like, most of the pain that people experience is purely in their own minds.
The last statement by Alex Hormozi is the key element of this podcast. I encourage you to watch it again. These statements are in the video because I liked it so much and cannot be left from here. Especially when Chris Williamson said that it's not even that hard, it's consistency. I hope you liked this video and got some motivation and education from it. Recently published a video about escaping getting ahead by Luke Belmar. If you are interested, watch it by clicking here. Subscribe for more. Good day and think different.